Good evening and welcome to the Gaming Kin podcast. As always, I am Jack and there's no Mark with me this week. I say this fortnight. However, we will be podcasting every night of E3 and on the Wednesday as well. So he will be with us tomorrow through to Wednesday, hopefully. He's just not here tonight. And because it is E3, we're doing our usual Saturday news podcast tonight on the Friday. So that we have the Saturday free to cover EA's E3 presentation and all the things that they will be doing. So yeah, keep an eye out for all the stuff that will be coming up. So we've also, because it's just myself, we are just going to be doing the news, and because it's the week before the fortnight before E3 that we're covering, there is a lot of news. So we'll start with news about Battlefield 5. So first thing is, Battlefield 5 will have a premium real money currency, to buy cosmetic items in the game. It will also include a grind currency earned only through gameplay, so you will be able to customise your characters in any way you like, because they are saying Battlefield 5 will have unprecedented level of customization. So yeah, a lot of customization options there. There's going to be no pay-to-win mechanics like there was in the original Battlefield 2 beta version. So yeah, you can either spend money or grind through the game to customise your character. Talking about characters, they are saying that the female playable characters are here to stay. This is a subject that has been divisive for gamers, because it's not historically accurate, and it's not like women weren't on the front line. They played a part in the war, but they weren't in the front line. But it's hard to show that within a game like Battlefield 5 where you play on the front lines. So I'm for it. I know some people who are against it, but they're not saying that they don't want female characters in games. They're just saying they want the historical accuracy for the game. So yeah, that's it's been a bit divisive for players. So the next thing that they're saying about Battlefield 5 is DICE is making to work teamwork. DICE are trying to make teamwork more important in Battlefield 5 by making reviving being something that anyone can do. So they're going to rework the revive system. So it used to be reviving was only medics that could do it. Now in Battlefield 5, any player can revive someone as long as the player they're trying to revive is in their squad. However, medics will be able to revive anyone on the team, not just in their squad. Fortifications will help make every match a little different. So you can create fortifications, and there will be player-built structures that can change the flow of a match. They can be defensive or offensive. And yeah, it will make every battle a wee bit more unpredictable, so that'll be critical. Squad reinforcements will be a squad kill streak, so it will reward squads who play together. It's going to make team working as a team a lot better, and it will probably encourage people to join up as a team, which could move it towards an esport, if that's what EA is going for. We don't know, but that could be the the path they're trying to go down with that one. We'll just have to wait and see. Now, the next news is mostly Fortnite related, but a wee bit of PUBG in there, mostly because the first thing I want to discuss is PUBG are suing Epic over copyright infringement. Now, this does kind of bug me a lot, because PUBG and Fortnite did not create the Battle Royale genre. PUBG and Fortnite played the biggest role in making Battle Royale accessible and making it one of the current trends. However, games like H1Z1, that was out before them, and you had a couple of other games. So, yeah, it is a bit strange that they're doing this, but it's not even that. They're saying that, it's over copyright infringement. And PUBG and Fortnite, while being of the same genre, are totally different games. Like, PUBG it tries to look more realistic, and you've got vehicles, and Fortnite is cartoony, and the only vehicle you've got in it that you can actually use is a shopping cart at the moment. So yeah, I've seen that Fortnite has been way more popular than PUBG. PUBG player bases have started dropping off. So, that's like, there's been a 9% decrease in viewership on Twitch of PUBG, and it's kind of odd that because of that they're deciding now to sue for copyright infringement. However, it is also worth noting that Tencent owns stakes in both Epic Games and PUBG Corp, so I don't actually think this will go to court. I imagine Tencent executives will be behind the scenes trying to work something out so that this doesn't go to court, because that could probably lead to some issues for them. Fortnite, we don't know for sure, but it looks like Fortnite is coming to the Switch, because a couple of weeks ago the Korean's ratings board they rated Fortnite for the Switch, so it seems to be in the works. And considering it's on Mac, Windows, PS4, Xbox One, Android, well, it's not on Android yet, I think it comes out on Android in 2 weeks, and Apple devices, it does seem inevitable, and with it being so popular at the moment, it would make a lot of sense to do it now. And the last thing I've got on my list for Fortnite stuff is their major tournament at E3. So, yeah, they've got a Pro-Am, which will be 50 pro players and 50 celebrities. And this will be for a $3 million prize pool, which goes to charity. Split $1 million between the charities of the choice to the top, and then it will be less as it goes further down. It will be watchable on YouTube, Mixer, Twitch, anything that's Epic's official platforms. I've only got a list of the first 25 teams that were announced here, but more have been announced, and I think they've all been announced. So, I'm not going to go through all 25 teams, but some teams to watch out for would be Ninja and Marshmallow, Myth, Paul George, Markiplier, Joe McHale, CDN the Third and Xavier Woods, Ali A and Pete Wentz. They're probably ones to kind of keep an eye on. There are a lot of other ones. So yeah, the tournament is on the Tuesday after Nintendo, so you should be able to catch it, and it should be a pretty good watch. Next up is a lot, and I mean a lot of Pokemon, because Pokemon has 2 new games coming out, a new game just out, and a game in the works for 2019. And you've also got the kind of current Pokemon Go still going on. I've actually upgraded my phone, so I've just started playing it again. So yeah, it's a lot of stuff to talk about there. First is the Pokemon Let's Go series. We mentioned this last time. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. We talked about there being websites and trademarks and speculation, and over the last couple of weeks they have announced it. The two games will be Switch exclusives, and they will be like Pokemon Go, but on the Switch. You can battle. You don't battle any wild Pokemon. You catch them in a Pokemon Go style method. You can also get the Joy-Con controller, shaped like a Pokeball, for using that. But you will be able to battle within the game with trainers. You can play multiplayer. It's only going to be the original 151, and by that I mean the one, because there were more than 151 in the original game, but because they were removed, that's how Missing No came about. But the ones that were actually in game will be available. Some of the Alolan variants will be available, and it's basically going to be a revamp of Pokemon Yellow. It's going to be an inspiration of that, so that is pretty cool. It's worth noting that this is not the Pokemon Switch that everyone's been talking about. That is coming in 2019, but this is going to work in sync with your Pokemon Go account if you have it. So it's also going to be a way for Game Freak to try and get people to buy a Switch if they have Pokemon Go but don't have a Switch, which, yeah, I can't argue with that. The Switch is a fantastic console. I'm still waiting to get one because I can't afford one. But yeah, it's definitely going to be good. You could basically start out, if you've got all the Pokemon in Pokemon Go, you could pretty much have a full team by the time you start playing Pokemon Let's Go. They've also got a new game called Pokemon Quest, which is a free-to-start game. It's not free-to-play. It's basically Pokemon meets Minecraft, and the Pokemon are called Poxel in it. So yeah, it looks kind of fun to play, but it's probably going to be more for the kind of younger kids who play a lot of things like Minecraft. Like I said, the next Pokemon Core RPG is 2019. They are working on that, and they're pouring a lot of energy into it. So we'll see where that goes. Nintendo are at the last E3 press conference, so they may mention it. So we'll see what happens. Let's go. And the last bit of that is Pokemon Go's biggest and best new Pokemon has been it's been removed from the game for just now, and that is Alolan Exeggutor, because they've overdone the size of it. I mean, you stand it next to Pokemon that are meant to be bigger than it, and it dwarfs them. Like Wailord, I think, is Wailmer, the pre-evolution of Wailord, is about 35. It's meant to be about 35 foot tall, and Alolan Exeggutor is meant to be about 16, but it still dwarfs Wailord. So, yeah, they've removed it. People who've already caught it will be able to keep it. But I've seen some really funny pictures on Twitter and Instagram and things like that posted over the internet of Alolan Exeggutor, because it is just so big. Just what bits fit in the screen, it is hilarious. In other Nintendo news, one speedrunner has broken the 5-minute barrier. 5-minute barrier in Super Mario Brothers, which was done about 3 years ago, but they've done it with one hand. So Cosmic is the all-star speedrunner who held the Super Mario Brothers any percent record. He's now gone and done it one-handed. So yeah, it is a bit mental. Nintendo are releasing a Hylian Shield themed version of the Nintendo 2DS. It looks really nice. It does look like it's going to be a GameStop exclusive, so people over here like me in the UK are not going to be getting it. It's a US exclusive, unfortunately. It's going to come preloaded with Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds. So yeah, which is the 3DS sequel to Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. And that will be available July 2nd. So yeah, we've also got Mega Man 11 coming in October alongside the Amiibo. So that'll be really cool. It's going to be like Mega Man already has an Amiibo when he debuted in Smash Bros. For 3DS and Wii U, which was a classic look. This new one is going to be a bit more of a modern Mega Man. They also launched the Legacy Collection for the 3DS, which had a gold Amiibo for him. For the Robot Masters, it's only Blockman and Fuse Man who have been revealed. We don't know who else is going to be in it, but we should hear more about that at E3. Don't normally cover stuff by Ubisoft. I think this is a first on this in this podcast. We've talked about Ubisoft. I am not a fan of many Ubisoft games, and I don't think Mark particularly is either. One of the games I really don't like by them is Assassin's Creed, but I actually quite want to talk about it because they've been working on their big E3 surprise, and they've sent out merch for it to stores so that it can go on sale the minute it's announced at E3, and this is Assassin's Creed Odyssey. It was leaked by a keychain. So after that happened, Ubisoft quickly put together a video and went, see you E3. And it looks to be set in probably Greece or Sparta. It's going to look like kind of around about the time of the Battle of Thermopylae. So yeah, we'll see more about it at E3. That one's on the Monday. Now, Bethesda news. Obviously, many people who are fans of Bethesda, be it Skyrim, Fallout, the new Doom games, the new Castle Wolfenstein games, know or has heard something about the 24-hour live stream where not a lot happened, to be fair. But right at the end of that, they showed us a teaser for Fallout 76. And it looks... we didn't get any gameplay, but I'm interested. I am. I've heard rumours about whether it's going to be a supplemental story alongside New Vegas or a part of Fallout 4, or if it's going to be... I've heard rumours saying it's going to be an online game. I've heard rumours saying it's going to be a whole new thing. Don't know. All we know, it's going to take place on what's called Reclamation Day. So yeah, it'll be cool. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to see what Bethesda has to say about it. There's a massive New Vegas mod launching in October, obviously for the PC, and it's called Fallout New California, and I think it's going to link into the actual game, and I've seen screenshots and it looks good, so keep an eye out for that. If you do play, it will launch October 23rd, and if anyone does have New Vegas and plays it, let me know how it is. Bethesda has also switched developers for Elder Scrolls Legends. The original developer Direwolf Digital has been taken off the project. This is likely because they're working on their own card game called Eternal. But they've said that that's not a factor from dropping them from development, but it seems like a probable reason why. The game is now in the hands of Sparky Pants Studios, the makers of Drop Zone, and they're going to change the UI and the visuals, but the game design and mechanics will change. Will not change. Everything about the game will remain intact in terms of progression and collections and items through the in-game store. So, it's just going to be a big update on the UI and the visuals. And on to miscellaneous news. This is things that I can't group together, really. So, I'm going to try and run through these as quickly as I can. Sonic's next game is going to be Team Sonic Racing, kind of like Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, only Sonic, so you're not going to get some of the other characters that were in that. It's going to be... I can't see a release date for it. There's no release date on my notes, but it'll be 12 players, probably online multiplayer and local co-op, 4-player split screen. You can do teams of 3. It'll be cool. It'll be 15 playable characters, car customization options. Keep an eye out for that. I think we mentioned Atari's 2600 Mini, I think it was, the VCS, which was crowdfunded, and pre-orders have eclipsed $2 million on the first day on Indiegogo. Product is estimated for July 2019, and the campaign runs to the end of June, so you should go and grab that if you have about £150. Definitely worth going and grabbing that. It'll have a big wad of games. It's coming with 100 games, and it will come with the classic joysticks, although that's not the main reason you should buy one. It's got Ethernet, plenty of USB 3 ports, keyboards, mice. Well, you can connect keyboards and mice. It's got Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. It's basically just going to be a really powerful home computer preloaded with Atari games, and it's probably worth getting if you want a cheap alternative to a gaming PC, because it is running Linux. You should be able to install things like Steam on it if that is your option. So yeah, go check that out, and hopefully it will turn out to be pretty good. There's been a free PS4 theme to celebrate Pride Month. Last year they were the sponsor for the Pride Week, was it? I can't remember. Where is it? The parade, that's what it was. So it's pretty cool that they're giving a shout out to their player base, the diversity of their player base. I just thought it was worth mentioning quickly. It just kind of is a rainbow coloured signal boost, and yeah, it just looks really nice. Square Enix's Mobile Go series is finished. The studio is confirmed. Lara Croft Go, Deus Ex Go, and Hitman Go are they're not making any more. Because I was kind of expecting, what if they didn't cancel the Go series, I was kind of expecting the next one to be Just Cause. So yeah, it's that's that done. The game, the series is retired. They're looking for new concepts, so the games will still be there. They go for about a $5 each on the iOS and Android store. So yeah, go grab them. They're fun to play. I play them on play them on the PlayStation. They're really fun games. Final Fights Cody is returning for Street Fighter V on the 26th of June, the arcade edition. He's going to have pretty much a lot of these Final Fight moves, but they're going to be V skills and V trigger moves. Yeah, pretty cool. If I had Street Fighter Arcade Edition, I would be getting them. Microsoft has laid off support staff in favour of volunteers. Now, these are the support staff who are paid and actually trained the volunteers. There's still a small handful of paid staff left to oversee the volunteers and to train any more volunteers that come in. But the volunteers are people you'll now be talking to on Xbox support instead of paid tech support guys. There's a new game coming to tie in with a movie that was out about 6 years ago, I think. But it ties in with a novel, and that ties in with the sequel to the movie that is coming out. That movie in book is World War Z, the one that had Brad Pitt, and it was filmed partly in my hometown of Glasgow. It was really cool walking through the town on my way to college, because I would go from the bus station to the train station, and everything, like the set was open while they were setting it up. It was only when they were filming it was a closed set, and you would see all the American style street signs and all that in the middle of Glasgow. It was really cool, all the way down Queen Street. So there is a game coming this year, I think. I think it's this year. It's being made by Saber Interactive, and they are the makers of Inversion, Time Shift, and Quake Champions. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. I'm kind of over the zombie game trend, but you never know. I might suddenly feel like it come that time. Dead or Alive 6 has been announced. That's coming early 2019. They have there is a reveal trailer out, and it debuts. The debut trailer reveals 6 returning characters: Ryo Hayabusa, Kasumi, Hayate, Helena, Jan Lee, and Zack. I imagine that you'll probably get Ayane as well. Dead or Alive 6 will introduce new characters to the series, and Team Ninja have opted to tone down the overly sexualised approach to the series' female fighters, removing the game's comical breast sizes and mental physics, and giving the characters like Helen and Kasumi less revealing clothing. So we'll see. The trailer shows that the fighters will sustain visible wounds, spurts of blood, sweat. It'll introduce new mechanics called Fatal Rush and Break Gauge, kind of like the Rage arts in Tekken 7. So we'll find out more June 11th. Red Dead Special Editions have been revealed, and it'll be 2 different versions with loads of extra game content. There's also a third package that consists solely of physical items themed to the game, so it won't include the game. But yeah, you're going to get like horse outfits, extra story mode missions, gameplay bonuses. Yeah, it's going to give you like just tons of stuff, and they're all in like big boxes, and they look really cool, I must admit. Hitman 2 has been leaked ahead of its official reveal. Well, was leaked ahead of its official reveal, and it's going to be made by IO Interactive and Warner Brothers. Well, it's going to be published by Warner Brothers, and it was announced a couple of days later as coming in November. So yeah, it'll be a new Hitman. It's a new game in the reboot. The last one was the episodic one, so we'll see what happens with Agent 47 in that. A new job opening at Blizzard has fans whetting their appetite for a new Diablo game. That's all I'm going to say on that, because that's all I need to say on that. Because who doesn't want a new Diablo game? We don't know what's going to be in this new Diablo game. We don't know anything about it. They're just looking for an art director. No, they're not. They're looking for a developer. They announced the art direct. Well, they posted the job for an art director back in 2015. So yeah, they're looking to lead the series into the future, and hopefully it will stick to its roots and like kind of sprout from there rather than just go in a radically different direction. The Days Gone, the biker zombie game, as I keep calling it because I always forget it's called Days Gone, is coming to the PS4 February 2019, and it looks so much fun. But again, it's a zombie game. I don't know if I'm ready for a new zombie game. I mean, we've got Call of Duty Black Ops 4 coming, and that's zombies as well. So we'll see. I'm just over zombie games. But it does look good. And the last item on the list is Just Cause 4. Just Cause 4 has been leaked via Steam. Usually you get them leaked via Walmart or companies on like someone on the project on like a forum, or by merchandise being shown before it goes on sale. But it's odd that it's been leaked on Steam. However, they haven't said when. They've just been saying it's available for pre-order. So yeah, it does seem to be on the go. So hopefully we'll get something more about that at Square Enix's E3 presentation this week. I would be quite looking forward to it. But what it was just a picture of Rico Rodriguez, the Just Cause protagonist, overlooking a dark and stormy jungle scene, and it was just saying pre-order now. They didn't tell you anything about the story, who's going to be in it, or anything like that. They just said, there we go. So yes, that has been Gaming Kin's pre-E3 news podcast. I've been Jack. You guys have been awesome. Looking forward to everything that's going to be happening at E3. I've heard some rumours that I didn't want to bring up because that's what they are, just rumours. Things like Bloodborne 2 and a sequel to something, Horizon Zero Dawn. So, we're seeing things like that. I'm looking forward to the Bethesda one, the Square Enix one, Nintendo. EA, not so much. I really want to hear what BioWare are working on other than Anthem, because I know they've got a couple of BioWare teams. I've heard some of them are working on stuff for Dragon Age Inquisition, but I'm kind of hoping they're going to be working on a new Dragon Age. So I'm excited to see what's going on there. Yeah, I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. And remember, there's always room for you here at Gaming Kin if you want to be our friend. Stay safe out there.
Stuck in the friend zone, I'm going home alone. You went home with another guy. Why do I even try? I think I'm out of luck. I'm just gonna give up. Take my ball and go home, 'cause I wanna be alone. I'm leaving, and I'm never coming back. I'm leaving, 'cause this is not my place. I'm taking my ball and going home. I'm leaving, 'cause I wanna be like feel invisible when I say something to you, but you live straight through me. But there's a light at the end of the tunnel, but not for me. Take my ball and go home, 'cause I wanna be alone. I'm leaving, and I'm never coming back. I'm leaving, 'cause this is not my place. I'm taking my ball and going home. I'm leaving, 'cause I wanna be alone. I'm leaving, and I'm never coming back. I'm leaving, 'cause this is not my place. I'm taking my ball and going home. I'm leaving, 'cause I wanna be alone, 'cause this is not my place, 'cause this is not my place.
Nothing happening. Some shape is rising out of the pit. I can make out a small beam of light against a mirror. What's that? There's a jet of flame springing from the mirror and it leaps right at the advancing men. It strikes them head on. Logs are turning into flame. The whole field's caught up by the woods, the barns, the gas tanks for the automobiles spreading everywhere. It's coming this way now, about 20 yards from